feel alive, let's hit the dance floor. Don't work too hard, might break a backbone. Return of the Mac, the king is back though. Corvette and cash, I never lack those.
Welcome to another episode of the No Brilliant Jerks podcast, a podcast that deconstructs consumer culture and media with no brilliant jerks allowed. Every Wednesday, you'll find us on all podcast streaming platforms chatting about all things business, PR, and communications with a dash of shit talk because, let's be serious, who doesn't love that? In today's podcast, you're joined by me, Liv, and I have Kat and Hi. So we're going to speak about some spicy things today, aren't we, guys?
Yes, we are.
Yes, we are. But first things first, let's get into our weekly Dopes and Nopes segment.
It is time for Dopes and Nopes.
So yes, every week we are going to kick it off with a weekly dope and nope from each of us. Where your dopes are like, oh my gosh, this is awesome, love that. Nopes, bin, cancelled. It's over.
Cancelled.
All right, Ty, what do we have?
All right. Well, my dope for the week is I've just read that Formula One Drive to Survive has been renewed for 2 more seasons.
Let's go!
I'm really salty because you've stolen my dope.
I'm not sure Daniel Ricciardo will be around for the next 2 seasons, but
Look, let's not start that rumour, shall we?
we might have to find another Aussie to support, hopefully.
There is one though. Apparently, my partner was saying that there is one currently in the, what is the second tier? Like when you're not...
F2? Is it F2?
Possibly.
Go-karts?
Surely there's a step in between go-karts and Formula 1
Dodging cars.
No, I think Red. I've read somewhere Red Bull has like a development squad that just do circles on a circuit.
Yeah. And then the
preparation for this to occur.
AlphaTauri team is like the baby of Red Bull. So like,
But still in the F1.
Which
Still in
one
the
is the
F1.
baby team?
AlphaTauri. That's Red Bull's like just.
See, I'm still back in season 1. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that's like 3 years ago.
I know, but I'm obsessed now and I'm binging it.
Okay, all right. Well, let's talk about why do you like it and why are you happy that it's going for another 2 years?
I don't know. It's just a good show to sit down and watch and get an insight into, I think, the politics of it all. I think everyone looked at it from the outset and just saw it was kind of just car racing. But I guess the insecurity of like the jobs and the pressure, and it's kind of a pretty cool insight into
There is a lot of drama.
world.
There is a lot of drama.
Well, it's like it kind of feels like for the drivers, it's like they're stuck in an abusive relationship a little bit. It's like, well, that's what it feels. It's like you don't.
One that's okay because you're getting like billions of dollars a year.
Paid, sponsors, all the girls.
Yeah, but that's like the top 3, right? But look at all the other people that aren't in that space, like haven't hit that kind of echelon.
Yeah.
It's like you might be racing for 2 years. You've kind of commit 19 or 20 years of your life to it. And then like most of them probably get cut and retire as nobodies.
With a lot of money though.
Yeah.
But
But for a lifetime, really? Like it's like NRL players. People say it's a lot of money, but you actually, it might be a couple of $1 million a year, but over a lifetime, if you only have a short career,
short career.
It's probably fuck all.
Sebastian Vettel, who currently races for Aston, he's 40. He's the oldest and he's doing pretty well. I think he went away for a few years and then he came back, but not bad for a 40-year-old.
Unicorn.
Yeah, but I feel like it's definitely a sport. Like the teams that have the most amount of money, such as like Red Bull and Mercedes, they obviously have the best mechanics and the best engineering and they have the best cars and then they have the best drivers because they can afford it. So it's pretty much whoever has the most money, I think definitely helps.
I saw 2 new brands entering in by
Audi.
And who was the other one? Was it Skoda or something? It was someone good.
No, I can't remember. But
maybe Volkswagen.
Yeah, no, it's a good season. I love it. But I'm up to date. Like it's so good. But I do have to say it's dramatized. So the last season that has just come out, some of the talent, well, some of the drivers, such as like Max Verstappen, Hamilton, that they've stepped away. They don't want to be in it so much because the season before that, they really dramatized the rivalry between Hamilton and Max when it wasn't exactly like that. So they really made it seem like they hated each other.
It's probably hard for Hamilton now because he's not winning as well. So it's kind of
he's not winning.
It's okay to have a camera in your face when you're king ding-a-ling, but once you drop back.
Yeah, and he came 6th this morning. So this is the Miami race that happened this morning. So he came 6th and his new team member, which is Russell, he came 5th.
Who won?
Max Verstappen. And then we had Ferrari in 2nd and 3rd, which was Leclerc and then Sainz.
Your knowledge of this is actually blowing me away.
I can thank my boyfriend.
I don't think you would know all this though if it wasn't for the show. And that's why it's my dope because it's like reinvigorating pretty much like a whole new generation of fans that otherwise wouldn't be fans if it wasn't for a show set in this style.
Oh, for sure, definitely.
Like I really couldn't care less, but now I really care.
And you saw the Melbourne Grand Prix, like the biggest turnout in history.
Yeah.
Obviously post-pandemic, but also I think as a huge result of this Netflix series.
Yeah, because everyone can watch it. It's accessible to everyone. It's on Netflix, and it's a show that's really entertaining. It's not boring. It's.
Do you reckon they'll start bringing wags in?
No. I think it would
Will
ruin
it be a
it.
throw-off?
Oh, could you imagine?
That'd be good.
Awesome.
The wags of F1.
No, because actually,
Wags of
V and I
F1.
tried to watch an episode of I Am Georgina, or is it?
Ronaldo's wife.
And it was tough to watch. But I think
can't watch
we
that.
turned it off halfway through. But like the super yacht lifestyle of some of those plus ones would be.
That would be good. Okay, all right. And what is your nope?
Well, my nope is Pauline Hanson's actually just been named Mother of the Year.
Can we show this photo?
Serious?
That is a shocker. That is a bad photo.
Seriously?
By the Christian-led organisation Family Voice.
What's your source? Is this BuzzFeed?
No, this is pedestrian. Yeah.
Same.
Wow.
So, in all walks of life, there's people that hero everyone, I guess.
Yeah.
So, to all the mums out there thinking they're doing it tough and letting their kids down,
You're not Pauline Hanson. Or best mums in the world.
Yeah.
Your mum's not the best. It's Pauline
the
Hanson.
benchmark's pretty low. But saying, I don't know, she may be a terrific mum. She's just a terrible person.
How many kids does she have?
Yeah, quite a few.
I think she has 4 daughters and a stepchild.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
They're grown. I think they're grown up. A lot of them
Yeah,
grown
so
up.
it's like, in what context are you the mum of the year of your fucking adult children?
Yeah, exactly.
It's like, yeah.
Interesting.
Maybe she got them some inside information on some good development deals or something. But
I'd love
that's
to
my
meet
dopes
her
and nops.
kids. Okay, fab. All right, over to you, Kat.
Well, I feel like my dope was pretty much covered.
It was stolen.
So I'll just move straight on into my nope.
Okay.
And I don't know about you guys, but I am fully sick to death about hearing about Johnny Depp and Amber Heard.
That was going to be mine as well, but then I didn't
It's
really want to
actually
get
disgusting.
into it. It is, yeah, it's a
It's
lot.
disgusting.
I heard this morning that she's been renamed online as Amber Turd.
Have you seen the Snapchat filter?
Is there a Snapchat filter?
There's an Amber Heard Snapchat filter.
What does it do?
Like it
Does it-
contorts people's faces so
that-
that when
I think I
crying one.
I didn't even know that was Amber Heard. I was like, that's so good. I thought you were going to say it like puts a shit on behind you or something.
The actual name of
gosh.
the filter is
Amber Turd.
the Amber
yeah.
Heard or something.
Oh my gosh. Okay, we're going to insert like a little like snippet in this video of us actually using the filter, but that is ridiculous. I've seen everyone use it.
Yeah,
It's
they're all using it.
hilarious.
It is
But
funny,
I
but
just
it's-
thought it was like a sad filter. Like
It's the Amber Heard filter.
that's offensive.
But the whole thing.
Oh, it's because they're
it's
fake
just-
crying.
Do we think it's fake?
Oh, there's I just think they're both terrible people. You've got someone that's clearly an addict and has got massive addiction issues, and then you've got someone that's got massive mental health problems, and it's airing all their dirty laundry out for the world to see.
Yeah.
And they probably, you repeat a lie enough, you start to believe it,
Yeah.
or it becomes your truth, and
Yeah.
they probably are so steadfast in how they feel. But it's just sad. Like, I think about like the kids that are involved and stuff like that.
How many kids do they have?
Well, they don't have any together, but Johnny's got a couple.
Is that Lily? Lily Rose
That's
Depp?
one of their kids.
Sure,
yeah,
okay,
one of
wow.
his kids.
Wow.
But it's just like, it's just yuck.
So where are we at the moment? Like, what's the situation?
She's still testifying, I believe.
I think she tried to get the case dismissed and they declined.
But see, she won the first one over in the UK.
Yeah.
She actually won that one, and
Okay.
then this is.
Was that defamation still?
No,
I can't remember what the first one was.
Because it started off as defamation and now it's just like blown up into all these other charges. isn't it?
He's suing her for defamation, loss of income, but
Yes.
she's countersuing. So he was suing for like 50 mil or something. I could be, don't fact check me on that. But
Yeah.
and then she's countersuing for 100. It's wild.
That's a lot
I'm
of
just
money.
sick of hearing about it.
Yeah, that's a lot of money.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's my note.
Fun. All right. Well, my dope is actually a music album. I just thought I'd
yeah.
throw it in there, something
one.
different. Jack Harlow's new music album is sick. I can't remember what the name of it is, actually.
You love it so much.
I just love it so much that I'm just listening to all the songs. But he does a few collaborations.
Can you play me something, please?
Yes, sure. He is.
Is he got that GL? Is that him?
I think
Yeah.
that's Fergie.
No, I know it's Fergie, but I think
yeah.
he said.
Yeah, that one's First Class. Can you hear it?
Is this a guy you're telling me that has OnlyFans? Like, is it the Australian guy?
No.
Oh, yeah, this is cool. This is old.
Yeah. No, this is
Old.
new. He just samples this song.
Yeah.
In his new rap song.
But he has this one. This
Oh,
one's
wait, that was him, though. I heard that like 3 months ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he's now released an album. Those were like
Sure,
singles part of
sure.
the album. And now, so he's doing like collaborations as Pharrell Williams, Drake is on one of them, Justin Timberlake, Lil Wayne.
Can you give me an elevator pitch on him? Just where is he from? What's his story?
Jeez, put her on the spot.
Jeez Louise, I just like his music.
Well, like,
This one's really good.
oh, what was his first track? I remember this guy. He looks like Little Dicky.
Oh yeah, he does. What?
It
What's
was
his
a
first
banger.
track?
Yeah, that.
Well, what's poppin'?
Yeah,
that's-
Brand new whip just hopped in.
Yeah, it's What's Poppin'.
Got options. That was such a big TikTok song.
That is a track.
I do have
Yeah.
to say, all huge tracks, most of them, nearly 99.9% of new tracks, go viral on TikTok for them to then become a sensation. It's like TikTok is now like the new charts. And that's where you first hear the song and then that's where it blows up. Even like throwback songs, they're just like coming up the charts again just because people are using it on TikTok and then wanting to actually re-listen to
Well,
it.
even in our industry now, there's agencies dedicated to like revitalizing and launching purely in that method.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Gone are the day of CDs. And hottest 100s. I'll play this song. I thought this one was good. It's called Dua Lipa. It's a vibe.
It's called Dua Lipa.
Yeah.
Oh.
Is he in love with her?
I don't know. Did you? Yeah. This one's cool. It's a bit of a stank face song.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Everyone knows what the stank face is, right? I'm totally embarrassing myself here. Anyways, that is my dope. So Spotify, Apple Music, wherever you listen to music, you can listen to that one. I think it is sick and it'll definitely pop up on TikTok more and more now. My nope for the week is a bit ridiculous, but it's the price of strawberries.
Oh, yeah, no. Yeah, I'll get on board with that.
Yeah,
I have a
yeah,
kid that's
it's a no.
addicted to strawberries and they're $9 a punnet.
Yeah.
So expensive. Raspberries are cheaper.
Yeah.
I say raspberries. Do you guys say raspberries?
No raspberries? I say raspberries.
Raspberries. The P's not silent.
They're so expensive. Like, yeah, $6 I saw at Aldi for a punnet, and it was like $4 for raspberries. I was like, "You're coming home with me, not the
Yeah.
strawberries. No
Yeah.
thanks." But it's an expensive world at the moment.
But avocados are
$1.50.
cheap.
Yeah, we like that.
So-
What type of avocados are your favorite?
Ooh, I'm pretty.
What are the
depending on the
watery
season,
ones?
but Shepherds go all right.
They're the nice ones, right? Like
They're the oval ones. that look-
flavoursome ones?
They're the ones that like.
no
What
Hass.
are the shit ones?
Hass?
Yeah, Hass are trash. You know when you get the stringy shit in the avocado, you cut it open and it's like, that's fucked up.
Or when
Stringy
an avocado
avocado
is
hair.
brown.
Yeah.
Brown, stringy avocado hair is a big
it's fucked.
freaking note from me.
Or
That
when,
is disgusting.
or when you get guac and someone like has mixed too much, like the ratio's whack, and you can taste like fucking more sour cream than avocado. That's the worst.
No thanks. All right. Well, great
There you
segment,
go.
guys.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Well,
First world problems.
without further ado, let's get into our podcast topic for today, shall we? So we are here to talk about the spicy, steamy PR relationships that are either true, false, whether they're putting it on for show, making a headline, whatever they're doing. We've got the pro here, which is Kat. Stop it. I'm making you blush. So we are going to break down some of the, like, what is a PR relationship, how to spot it, and examples, which I'm really excited for because, I don't know, I just see them as relationships. But then when you in the office go, oh, that's a PR relationship, like they're totally doing it just for like headlines or because they've got a new movie coming out or whatever it is. I'm like, how did you even spot that? So first of all, for the listeners at home, what is a PR relationship? Break down.
So I'll break it down. So PR relationships, they have always existed, but they're a hot topic now because everyone's an internet sleuth and everyone has an opinion on them. But
Yeah.
basically a PR relationship is a showmance. It's for show, and celebrities do it normally for one of three reasons.
Yep.
It's either they've got something to promote,
Yeah.
whether it's a new movie or a new album or a new book, could be anything like that.
Yeah.
That's one of the reasons. Another reason is if they've had really bad press and they need to deflect from something and come back into the news cycle in a happier way.
Yep.
And then the third reason that they do it is if they're in between projects and their PR team are looking to make sure that they're in the news cycle or staying relevant somehow. Yeah. So that's what a PR relationship is. It's a mutually beneficial agreement between two celebrities for an outcome that suits both parties.
Is there money involved?
There's good question. I mean, if anyone's been in a PR relationship, I'd like to know. I don't know. I feel like there probably isn't. Yeah. Because it's not the artists or the celebrities concocting this. It's the teams behind the scenes. And often, if couples share the same big talent agencies or PR teams, that's easy for the PRs, right? Because they can say, oh, well, we'll match this person with this person over the summer. We'll set up some beautiful pap shots. We'll do great pap walks. We'll do some great PDA. The contract will go for this long. It's going to see us through the pre-promotion period of the movie. It's going to look fantastic. And then it can simmer and disappear and go away, and then they can go on and live their lives. But their jobs are done. So that's what a PR relationship is.
Right. And how long do you reckon they've been around for?
I reckon they've been around since the beginning of show business.
But we're just obviously becoming more aware of it.
Yeah, absolutely. I think one that everyone no doubtedly agrees with would be Kanye West and Julia Fox. That was a PR relationship.
Oh, Uncut Gems. Yeah. Can we insert her Uncut Gems?
I was Josh Safdie's muse when he wrote Uncut Gems.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? Like things like that.
I love her so much.
I do like her.
We'll get a vote too, because everyone keeps saying that V looks like this lady.
My God.
So let's do let's do a comparison. Just
side by side.
Because weirdly I don't see it.
And if you're listening,
do you honestly not
see it?
Really?
I just see a brunette next to another brunette. But
I'll do a TikTok. I don't think I can do it. But like the TikTok trend where you morph the faces into each other. I'll try and do that and I'll put it up on our socials. But if you're listening, I can't really give away her handle to compare. But she looks exactly like Julia Fox.
Oh, exactly. Celebrity doppelganger all day, every day. So that's a real classic OTT PR relationship.
What about was Britney and Justin? Where did we land on that?
No, that was real.
That was legit.
Why do you think that's real though?
No, but even the tone here, she's.
But that was real.
Cat's attached to this
Team
one.
Britney.
Team Britney, free Britney. No, it's because did you see that though?
Yeah. So that was like, you shut the fuck up. You shut the fuck up. That's real. What about Britney and Kete then? That can't be PR.
I don't feel like we should talk on Britney.
Oh shit.
No, I only because
defensive.
But Shawn Mendes is free game.
Listen, fuckers, I have a game plan. You're getting off my game plan.
Jeez, free Britney. Gosh.
So we've covered why celebrities do one. Now I'm going to move into how you spot one.
Okay. All right.
So this probably answers your question. So why do I think Britney and Justin was real? This will probably help answer your question. So how to spot one. If you're reading an article about celebrities and there's always these anonymous sources said this or an insider close to the couple said this.
I've always wondered who those people are.
They're just the PR team. Oh. That's all it is.
So it's not a friend of a friend of a friend.
It's not a friend of
or
a
the
friend.
garbage man that's seen them together.
No. It's all leaked to the media with a plan in place to get this out.
And why do they not say the publicist? Like I know
because
obviously you
fake.
don't. Yeah. But like how can you?
Because it needs to have the illusion that they're in demand and that they're that famous that people are leaking information about them.
But they emailed the media publication like with an alias name, right? They wouldn't be like,
or they just call
PR
them.
manager.
I'm watching the Royals at the moment and then it's like, blah, blah, blah.
It's bad though, but it's good.
Yeah. They would ring and say, listen, we're going to set up person A and person B for a beautiful PDA walk in Central Park. Send your paps. They'll send it out to Backgrid, which is the biggest paparazzi agency in the world. So there's a few of them. Backgrid's the biggest, but these PRs would have these agencies on speed dial. And one way to get instant PR, for example, a Central Park walk that happened recently, in the last 12 months, was Ben Affleck and J-Lo. And they walked through Central Park dolled to the nines in full glam, pashing, hugging, kissing, and all this paparazzi happened to be around to capture it. Now that's a pap walk. That's set up.
I was reading an article last week somewhere where they were saying how hard it is to actually get papped in New York, given how big it is. What article was that?
I have it here in my notes.
Yeah.
I actually noted it here. So
maybe I just read the show notes.
Maybe you did. Maybe you read my notes.
Did your research?
But I had it here. So these were like kind of Gawker. Have you had Gawker publication? Yeah.
Yep.
So I Googled
did
them
just-
and these are like the 5 signs a celebrity is in a PR relationship. Now, I'm sure you'll elaborate on this, but these were like their like top ones. So getting papped in New York. So seeing a couple getting spotted like by the paparazzi in New York, it might seem like super real and a confirmation that they're out and about doing what they're doing. But there are 4 times fewer paparazzi in New York than there are in LA. So most of them are called or like
For sure.
Yeah, they're planned. Like,
But it's okay. And this is like where I think people, you know, we could give these celebrities some grace. It's okay for them to use the paparazzi. It's a smart PR move.
it is.
Yeah.
Like it is.
The people that did it beautifully originally, the OGs, were that Hills couple. Spidey. What's their name? Spencer and Heidi.
Spencer and Heidi, yeah.
Were they not real?
No, they are real. But the way they used the paparazzi to make them money was because the paparazzi pay. They pay for these. They'll pay the couple directly like for these shots.
And then they sell those shots.
Yes. So that's how, like, it's murky, but that's how it works.
It's very murky.
Yeah.
Wow,
But you're right.
okay.
If you see someone in New York getting papped,
Yeah.
9 out of 10, like J-Lo and Ben Affleck is a great example. I'm not saying that they're completely PR, but I am saying that there is an element of theatre to that relationship.
Well, we'll break down a few of your examples in a second, but another example of like walking around in the park was like Harry and Taylor. Anyways, so there could be also another reason one person is hot and the other person's cooling down, and this can be friendship. So I thought this was super interesting. Courtney Kardashian and Addison Rae.
Yeah.
Best friends, all over socials. She was in everything. Courtney then got an opportunity to be in one of Addison's movies, which was the remake of...
of that. It was shit. He's
It
all
was
that?
so
He's all that?
Yeah. And they had this beautiful friendship. She was on the last season of Keeping Up with the Kardashians.
Yeah.
And it was all for show. Where is Addison now? Like,
Well, I don't know. She was at the Met Gala, I think.
but I think, yes, but I think Courtney took that opportunity to hang on to Addison, who was hot.
Oh, you're not literally asking me where she is now.
No. She's in her
I don't know.
bedroom.
She's at home. She's chilling, making a TikTok.
That's hilarious. No, but like Courtney was so not cool. Like she was least cool of the Kardashians. She didn't want to be in the last season. She had these tanties on the seasons. Like she just didn't want to be filmed anymore. So no one started talking about her. I'm sure, is it Poosh?
Yeah.
I'm sure that probably started to decline. Like, and she needed to come back up into the media. So she decided to go for Addison Rae, which is like what is she, like 19-year-old TikToker?
Yeah.
And I thought when I first saw it that it was such a weird match.
Yeah.
But I can now see how that was like so strategic and the opportunities that came from that. And it was trending. Like it was a trending BFF relationship. People were like their goals, like all of that stuff. So I just find it interesting how it can be best friends as well. But now that Courtney's now found her light and she's cool again with Travis, she doesn't need Addison anymore.
Cool. Is that
That's a pretty good theory.
Yeah. So I
like
also have
it.
another one. So they've got a new movie coming up. So example, it could be quite controversial.
this-
Zendaya and Tom Holland. I don't know.
I don't necessarily think these guys are for
No.
a few reasons. They're private.
Yeah.
They're private.
Well, they were just on the movie, for reference, the new Spider-Man movie together.
Yeah. But they don't need PR. They are peak fame right now. And they don't necessarily need to be concocting a fake relationship to stay relevant. They're the hottest. I mean, she's the hottest property in Hollywood.
Yeah. But she wasn't at Met, which I thought was really
No,
interesting.
I actually thought that was interesting as well.
I think she was filming.
There was
I
a
think I
number
read
of
something.
celebrities that weren't at the Met.
Harry Styles
that I
wasn't
was
there.
like, why are they not
Yeah.
there? Gaga?
Yes.
maybe it's declined to send a message? The Met's kind of starting to evolve
Like
into a new
J-Lo?
space.
Like A-list
Oh,
celebs
yeah.
weren't there?
Yeah.
Anyway, I mean, I don't know. Those big heavy hitters
or not invited.
were
Or not
all not
invited.
invited.
Ooh, dun dun dun. Okay, another one is I'm coming back around full circle. So yeah, getting papped in New York, that can be another purposeful tactic, or like you have to call someone to come and film you.
Yeah.
Very interesting. Okay, so let's now get into your top PR relationship examples, and I want you to break it down for me. Really simple. Go.
Okay, there's a couple that I'll briefly touch on, but one that I get the most hate for is because I constantly say that Kim and Pete skeet PR. I will listen. I'll be the first one to admit and cop it on the chin if they come out and it's this big lovey-dovey thing, they get married and they have a kid. I'll be the first one to be like, all right,
I'm sorry.
I was wrong. But I don't think I'm wrong on this.
I don't think you're wrong either. What do you reckon?
Well, back to last week's pod, I could have swallowed it, but the kid's tattooed on his neck is a new step for me.
Yeah, but he has a lot of tattoos.
Still, but that is a big, bold move, like a creepy move. Like
it's a very weird thing for someone to do.
Do you think that was a PR stunt though, and it was a fake tattoo? I think
to pull something. But imagine sitting down with your publicist saying, "Hey, what should we do for our next piece? Why don't you get the kids tattooed on your neck?" Like that's a line, right?
But what if
that's
he's that type of personality? He goes, "Oh, yeah, sure." Like
Kanye, if Kanye like ever needed a reason to gun at him, getting your kids tattooed on your neck that.
But he did react to that, and maybe that was a whole stunt in itself as well.
Oh, you reckon it's like a triangle PR relationship? Yeah. Kanye's in on it as well, and they're just like
in this. I'll tell you what my dream is. This is my dream.
Triangle.
So my dream is that Kanye and Kim actually get back together.
No,
it's a dream. Okay.
What if they become one of those? What are those?
This could be the
trupples?
Greatest PR stunt of all time.
Yeah. It's a thruple.
Like it could be. It could be the greatest PR stunt. They could be sitting back right now, everyone, all of them, laughing on their pile of money, like, ha, 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 look how we can profiteer the world and change the way these people are thinking.
It could just be a Kanye, like, big head fart.
The Kardashian PR machine is unlike anything ever in the history of pop culture have we ever seen. Yeah. They are so powerful, whether you like it or not. Like it is the truth. You could ask an old person who's never watched an episode of the Kardashians if they know who the Kardashians are. They would probably 9 out of 10 times say they do know. Yeah, that's how they infiltrate every part of our lives. Yeah, whether we like it or not, but they do. Yeah. So my dream is that the Pete and Kim thing was a fantastic stunt to hype up. Not just her SNL episode, which she was, people were a bit like, what? Is she doing that? Yeah. She was fantastic on it. And then Kanye's album, then there's another one coming, and there's the new show, and it was moving from E to Hulu. And there's a lot of, where there's smoke, there's fire, and you can go down the rabbit hole. Like you can go and research all of this for yourself because there's some really smart people out there that have very strong opinions about this. Other PRs, and I mean, I'm not a celebrity publicist. I'm just your everyday run-of-the-mill publicist.
You're a great one.
But your celebrity, like the celebrity PRs are having opinions on this. Yeah. And they are making, TikTok videos and summarizing why they think it's a PR relationship. And, the timing was very convenient. That's all
it was. Now that you've broken it down, I can see that.
Yeah. Another one that like Shawn Mendes and Camila Cabello, they
I think that was real.
It always looked awkward to me.
Very.
Yeah.
But they were together for so long.
Yeah, awkwardly.
Yeah.
I feel like I've been lied to then.
And I think
but you are.
That's what it is, sweetie.
And that was
Oh, I really liked them.
And like honestly, I don't know too much about both of these people, so I don't. It's just funny that I literally couldn't tell you one song of both of theirs. I have no idea.
Oh my god!
But I do know that like when I see those pap shots where they were sitting in restaurants and then 1 minute they were not disengaging, not talking, and then they were like spoon feeding each other pasta because the paps showed up. Yeah, like that's just weird to me. And you know what? The only reason why I know who they are is because they are together.
Yeah.
I would not know who they were if they were. Maybe I do know. Is she that Ovana?
Yeah. Havana, Unana. Yeah. And then he's like, I can't that's not about you.
But again, there's a lot of articles written by really great journalists and really great publications, literally dissecting that relationship and why it was a PR relationship.
But they were together for so long. But then again, I am also
I'm
seeing
not
the
saying
perspective.
there's not feelings involved. Like,
Okay.
I'm definitely not saying there aren't feelings involved.
So PR relationships can still have feelings.
For sure. So the best example of this was Kristen Stewart and Robert Pattinson.
Shameless actually just uploaded a breakdown of that. They're doing a scandal series
Right.
on Kristen.
Well, Kristen and Robert, obviously the stars of Twilight, it was suggested to them. This is all, speculation, but pretty good speculation because it's coming from people on set. They basically, the movie execs suggested that it would be really great for the movie and for the promotion of the movie if the two lead characters were seen out together and maybe forming some sort of relationship. And so Kristen and Robert, if you go back in time and have a look at a lot of the pap shots in the lead up to the Twilight series being released, it just hyped that movie so much. And that fandom loved it.
I was
loved
part
that
of the-
Bella and Edward were together in real life.
Yeah, I was obsessed that they were together in real life, and I was like, oh my gosh, there's hope, and it was like the movie dream, and it. Yeah, but now that you say that all, it makes sense.
But this is where you catch feelings, right? So they've obviously gotten to know each other quite well.
Yeah.
And then they've moved in together and they've, they got a pet, and then she did cheat on him.
Yes.
And that was real heartbreak, I think, and a real breakup. But it started as a PR relationship and it ended as a real relationship. So that's an example of one.
So let's say with PR relationships, do you have a contract for a certain amount of months it must go for?
Yes. Yep.
And then if you finish the contract and you're in love, can you just stay together?
Yeah, I would imagine that you definitely could.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
I suppose it's just each their own, and then they're physical and not physical. They're just
Yeah, I mean,
I suppose it's just how you feel.
I can't remember which one this was, but there was a podcast I listened to, some paparazzi one, and they had that exact example, and the contract was not physical. It was just they had to be seen together at a certain amount of events.
Sure.
I can't even remember who this couple was. Now, it might have been one of the Bachelor reality couples over there or something like that. And I mean, recently, Kristen Cavallari
Oh, yeah.
pashed The Bachelor in the States, but it was set up, and she came out and she goes yeah, I organized that. I got my PRs to organize it so I could get a shot. She was honest about it in a podcast 2 weeks ago.
With the motive of money or fame?
Yeah, well, she's probably releasing something because now she's doing interviews in podcasts to promote either her clothing line or whatever it is that she's doing now, or a new book or something.
Wow.
So it's a smart tactic. The other one, speaking about young Hollywood starlets, Zac Efron and Vanessa Hudson.
I was going to say that just before when you started talking about Twilight. I was when I was watching High School Musical and I knew that they were together in real life, I was like, there is hope.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that, again, PR relationship just designed to hype up the movie and
My whole childhood.
Yeah. And I think he was a real man whore at that point in time.
I loved him. He was
I still love him.
Oh, yeah.
It's the love will never
Do you
die. for
reckon
Zac.
the waitress was a PR stunt then? No.
No.
Oh, the Byron waitress.
Yeah.
No.
I think it's just lost in Byron.
Yeah. Yeah. Just lost. Yeah.
Finding himself. He was
Yeah.
on that Byron hippie
Yeah.
train.
Yeah, for sure.
And he came out the other
Oh my
side, luckily.
gosh. Wow. So can you break down why you think J-Lo and Ben Affleck are a PR relationship? Because they're engaged.
I'm not going to lie. I have mixed feelings about this one because of the history of J-Lo and Ben obviously being together for, a while back in the early 2000s or whenever it was. I can't even really remember.
Jenny from the Block days.
Yeah, and they were
don't know
engaged
those things.
then, and then now they're back now. But I feel again, there's feelings there.
Mm-hmm.
There has to be. But if anyone looks into Ben Affleck's lifestyle in the last 5 years since his marriage broke down with Jennifer Garner, he has massive addiction issues. This is the other thing about Pete Davidson, circling back. He also has come out and he has addiction issues and mental health problems.
Yep.
Now you've got J-Lo and Kim, two of the biggest powerhouses undoubtedly.
Yeah.
Two of the richest. They're moguls. They have their businesses and they're Kim's studying to be a lawyer. I'm not saying that it's strange that they choose these guys that they can look like they're fixing or helping or mothering in some way. But to me, the lifestyles don't match.
Yeah. That's why I just don't get it. Like,
You know, they don't match. And like J-Lo and Ben, to me, will they ever get married? No, I don't think so. And I don't think J-Lo was happy with the amount of press or the lack of press that most recent engagement got her, because it was swallowed up by so much other pop culture bullshit happening at the time.
yeah.
But I feel like in society it still mirrors that in terms of you always see brilliant people with shit people, or not shit people, but people that, you know, I think that's...
Yeah, I know. I sound like a bit of a dick.
But it's only just reflecting them. Like, I think most of, like, your girlfriend, not most, sorry, a handful of girlfriends you see now, it's like, why are they with that loser still?
True.
And I feel that's a common thread throughout society at all levels.
Yeah.
And these guys, you know, they're successful in the context of, you know, celebrity.
True.
What do you reckon about Megan Fox and Machine Gun Kelly?
Oh, that's hard to watch too.
Yeah,
and their whole blood thing, how they
Drinking
drink
blood.
each other's blood.
Yeah.
Thoughts, feelings, suggestions?
I think it's
please?
too far. I feel like they're trying to do it themselves without a publicist.
Yeah, that's
And
a
they're
good one.
Yeah, I feel like they're trying to be their own publicist and just be extreme.
I think they're the real deal. However,
that's what happens when you get like two Pete Davidsons together rather than a control mechanism. Like that, instead of having a positive and a negative, you got two positives and they're just zapping.
Yeah. I think, you know, I don't think they quite realised the whirlwind of media that they were going to achieve by their extreme PDA stunts. And I think it's fed the hunger in them and they've just tried to up it every time.
Yeah.
But they're in a lull now. Like
They are.
Someone's obviously said to them, okay, you need to cool down, because people, they're over it.
Yeah, people starting to hate you guys.
But then I'm now starting to see videos on my feed of like Megan just like not interested. Like he's like trying to initiate something and she just like turns away. Obviously this could be taken totally out of context and it could have been like he said something that wasn't funny or whatever.
It's just a real relationship. You have days where you hate your spouse.
Exactly right. But because they were so on all the time, people are now seeing when they're not on and they're like, oh my God, they're not good. They're not happy.
It's the
and all this
social
stuff.
media captions for me.
It is.
Can we read some?
Megan Fox, some of her...
It's the PDA. Okay,
allow me.
Do you reckon? Do you think the PDA that they have, and also Courtney and Travis, so Courtney Kardashian and Travis Barker, do you think the PDA is PR?
Oh,
Because
yeah, they know for sure that it's going to generate
Because you can't
major
stop looking.
chatter.
Yeah.
Major chatter.
See, when I see Travis and Courtney's PDA like on the latest season of Kardashians, it's like I feel it's got to the point in my head now where it's like mum and dad. It's like
It's a lot.
It's like when they're looking at that house with the agent.
Yes.
It's like
And they
it's
start-
like what is going on?
And then they start like making out on the lounge.
So
like they're on
they've
top
officially
of each other.
transitioned from like I don't know. I don't want to like watchable PDA to awkward PDA.
Yeah, it's like outrageous PDA is now the new like PR. Like they do it like to create noise and for people to be like, oh my God, I can't watch, but then you can't help not watch. Like it's just it's intense. And all their like Instagram photos of them, like I think everyone in like the last 10 are just them like making out. And even the new episode, like when they got engaged.
It reminds me of like Mean Girls, and you know, like the mum that's trying to be cool and with the girls,
you girls need anything?
That's Kris Jenner. Kris Jenner's like, yeah.
No, but like Kris Jenner's like, I feel like
She
Courtney's
is.
like almost older and awkwarder than Kris.
I almost feel really bad for Scott. Because it's like, it's so intense.
He's going to be fine. He's fine.
I think a lot of Scott's relationships are PR.
No, I think a lot of Scott's relationships are just like, I need a side
Great for the
piece.
girls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So do you want me to read you one of these captions?
Go for it.
Okay.
This is with Megan Fox.
This is Megan Fox, and the photo is of her with MGK. There goes my heart, manifest outside of my body, draped in the towering silhouette of a most unusually handsome boy. Magical and haunted, kinetic and tortured. Ethereal and dangerous, cosmic, lawless, eternal, creative genius. The journey will likely be perilous, but there is no destination without him. Happy Valentine's Day, Rehab Barbie.
Jesus.
Rehab Barbie. That would have been just great caption. Rehab Barbie. The end.
Oh,
I love
totally.
my Rehab Barbie.
That would have been badass. Yeah.
Jeez, that's very intense.
Super intense.
But saying
writes
that,
that?
saying that, I have like what do we call them? Civilian friends that write captions like that.
Friends.
You know, just civilians. Yeah, that's what they call them, civilians, and they write captions like that.
The way she speaks and the way they both speak, people think they're like from a different like planet or they believe in different things. And the fact that they drink each other's blood, it's almost giving like vampire vibes.
Sounds very,
culty.
unhygienic.
Yeah.
It sounds very LA like that. I think they're hanging out with like at the Crystal Castle. With
They've eaten
the
a few
Pratt.
too many mushrooms, which
The
they've
Crystal Castle's nice.
admitted that they have.
Yes.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's I just will say this about celebs.
Okay.
That's my final thought. You can be in a relationship in Hollywood and be A-list and the most famous people in the world, and you can still be private, because you never see Beyonce and Jay-Z.
No.
You never see like Nicole Kidman and Keith Urban.
Mm-hmm.
You rarely see those high-end couples papped because you can live a private life.
Clooney
and Amal.
Yeah.
Like
they could legit own the
you
news
see them,
cycle.
like papped out there, they've organised
Because they've asked for it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Interesting. I feel like Justin and Haley do a little bit of the
definitely.
beep, beep, beep. Like we're going to
Yeah.
be here kind of thing.
Yes, for sure.
Yeah.
And like I just wish they were more open and honest about it, because it's all part of Hollywood. Just say, yeah, we call the paps. Like some reality stars come out now and say, this is what we did. This is how we did it.
Yeah. Well, everyone's got to make money.
Yeah.
business.
Megan Fox's ex-husband, Brian Austin Green. So when they were together, he came out and admitted this. When they would go on their family trips to Hawaii, he would ring the paps, say, come and get our beach shots. We're going to be here on this beach between 10 and midday or whatever the time it was. Come and get your photos, but then
Leave us alone.
we'll give you what you need, and then that's it for the whole trip. Leave us alone and don't come and try and find us again. And then that's them working together, because as much as the celebrities don't like to admit it, they need the paparazzi just as much as the paparazzi needs them. They work together without working together. You know what I mean?
So what about PR weddings? Like when they're the front cover of like Vogue and it's like
That's just commercial
That's paid.
buyouts. Yeah.
Yeah,
so
commercial.
Vogue would pay because of what
Yeah,
didn't
it's
they
like an
pay?
exclusive.
Who the Beckham?
Us Weekly and People Magazine are the ones that do most of those like big wedding shots.
Yeah.
So they'll pay the celebs, millions of dollars to keep the photos exclusive.
What's the most high profile Australian wedding? I don't know. I'm just
Sophie Monk. Well, she
No,
just
no,
no,
no.
as
Oh
in
my
like
God.
front cover. She just
No,
did front cover of
no
Stella.
way.
For some reason, I was like, what wedding did TV Weekly pay for?
None.
No,
we
there's
don't
been
have the
something.
money in Australia.
Was it
It's
Jen
all
Hawkins?
coming out
Probably
of-
the last wedding to get
Yeah,
brought out,
maybe.
'Cause
Maybe one of them.
I'm trying to think of the
Who
last.
Weekly or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Crazy. I would
Good one.
never do
I
that.
I'll look that up. I'll come back to you on that.
Or maybe
Great. Well, that was awesome. Do you have any tips, pointers, or any
Predictions.
I want to actually know some predictions
predictions.
and celebrities that you would be like, do not get together. Like, that should
Predictions is a good one.
or people that should be in one that you'd be like, oh my god, if you put you and you together, you would cause some chaos.
Yeah, I really should have thought about that question.
Do we need to touch on Jada and Will?
No.
No.
They're I mean, that's an open relationship,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if more people were just honest about it, if they were
Yeah.
in one, it wouldn't be an issue.
Sure.
I feel like go.
Chriselle and G Flip.
Oh, I know.
Yeah, that can't be PR just because G Flip's way too down to earth for that, hey?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
What about her music career in
I mean,
America
this is
though?
massive for her. This is huge.
She was already kicking goals in the States.
Yes.
But this will catapult.
This was massive because now everyone over there at the moment is like, who is G Flip?
Yeah.
Yes,
And
exactly. And everyone will start listening to her music.
And she's cool as fuck. Like
Big,
she's
big news for her.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's
PR
about to
real.
explode. Oh, I think
think
there's an element of realness to that.
I feel sad for Chriselle because she just wants to, she wanted
Kids.
A
but she
baby, yeah.
But she did say she was willing to, adopt. She just wanted to find a lifelong partner.
Look,
but
I'll say real.
I'm not sure
However,
G Flip's going to be a co-parent.
this is great for both of them because they're in the news cycle heavily right now, and all eyes are going to be on them again for the next couple of weeks. G Flip's releasing new music like next week. A new video with Chriselle in it.
Yes, I saw a snippet of that. They're like making out in the video.
Watch how that is.
How long have
that's
they
a
been
good
keeping
one
this?
to debate. It's a good one to debate.
How long have they been keeping this under wraps for, allegedly? Then?
Well, I think I found out about over a month ago because I saw like little speculation things on TikTok where they were like, I think they're together because they are constantly staying with each other. Photos that they've posted like a month ago.
Sure.
And then Chriselle's coming to Australia and she's like, I need like accommodation recommendations in each like kind of state, obviously touring with G Flip. And she's
why
like,
would she
I
need
don't
accommodation recommendations? When did she just jump on the Sony bandwagon?
I think she just kind of asked it because then she followed up and she's like, where does G Flip live? Melbourne?
I have no idea.
She's like, well, wherever G Flip lives, either Melbourne or Sydney. She's like, I don't need a recommendation for that place. I've got it covered. And everyone was like, well, that's where G Flip lives. Like, obviously, like, so I'm not sure if she kind of did that to be like, to start the stir again. And then the reunion episode has just come out for Selling Sunsets.
Yeah.
And she's speaking about that.
A great reaction to watch is Maya's. Because
I
she
saw that.
is like,
What
that
is happening?
confused.
Yeah.
She's like, what?
Yeah.
Like, you're like, huh?
But it just came from like her crying about her breakup with Jason and Jason crying
No,
as well.
I'm calling it. It's PR relationship.
You reckon?
Well, I don't necessarily think there's an agreement. I think that there's probably some flirtatious, but they both realize how advantageous it is to both of their careers if they're together.
And Chriselle has a book as well, doesn't she? Well, you'll now find out about her book.
yeah, you probably will now.
Yeah, it's about like home makeovers and selling houses or something.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
I don't know. Anyways, well, that's our prediction. Any
Yeah.
other couples that you think should get together?
The reality stars could always do better,
Yeah.
I feel.
Yeah.
Post-batchy and stuff.
We should do an episode.
Just shredding Batchy.
Not shredding Batchy. No, I think we should do an episode on what, like, some of the math stars and Batchy and Bachelorette stars, what they should do to leverage themselves post-show.
Alrighty. Well, that was
That
great
was
chat.
fun.
Good job, guys. All right. Well, let's get into our very last segment. So at the end of every episode, we like to do our required reading.
Sure.
Insert sound
Okay.
noise here. Required reading. So this is where we're going to discuss what our recommendation is. It could be a show. We call it required reading, but it could be like show, podcast, book, TED Talk like last week. Your TED Talk was great.
Actually, I have nothing prepared this week, but with the federal election looming, I'm just going to tell people
Cancelled.
just go watch a federal debate.
Just
One
go
of those
get
shows.
informed.
Yeah, just get a little bit
Yeah.
informed before showing up. Like,
Yeah.
you don't have to vote for who your parents told you to. You don't have to vote for the loudest person giving you tips in the room. Just watch something that gives you a level of education, so you feel a little bit empowered when you're writing on that piece of paper.
Well, going off the back
good
of that,
advice.
my required reading, well, it's actually a podcast, is the new one that came out today with Happy Hour with Lucy and Nikki. They had the Left Right Out girls on the podcast. So Left Right Out is also another podcast that is Spotify exclusive where they talk about politics, who females should vote for, as in just becoming more informed, and it's very digestible. It was Nick's recommendation last week.
Awesome.
So they do a podcast together that's just come out where they talk about like a basic girl's guide to voting. So for me, that is what I recommend, to have a listen to that, just become more informed, more confident, and just have the confidence to walk in there and kind of know who you're voting for.
We might,
and don't be shamed either.
No.
Should we might get a Polly on here as well then, and try and put together a format that might help that process.
That'll
too.
be great.
Yeah,
I'd love that.
a politician like a state MP.
Oh.
Or maybe even
I can pull some strings there.
I can pull some strings there. But you workshop what format you think would work best to give the audience information and an experience that would be beneficial.
Okay, cool. Well, we'll just cut that part out. All right, and what is your required reading?
No, you can
Well,
plug
I
that
actually
one in.
did. I actually did finish a book last week called
Spot
courage.
goes to
What? Spot goes to the shops.
It's about this fucking yellow dog.
And you lift a flap and you get to see what he's doing.
Sorry.
And it was great.
Sorry,
I
just went
like
straight to
those.
dad mode. I was
I like the
Spot-
fluffy ones, like where you can touch the dog.
Yeah, you like them until you breathe them for the
interactive ones.
sorry, Kate. Sorry.
Continue.
I'm gonna cry.
So the book is called The Courage to be Disliked, and it's written by
Sounds like Bene Brown.
two philosophers.
Oh.
Japanese philosophers. But the book is written in a style where it's a conversation between a youth and the philosopher. And it's on the back it says like a book can change your life. And that book for me
Changed your life?
There's just aspects of it. Well, I hope it changes my life because I really like a lot of the philosophy.
She doesn't know though.
Still waiting.
Still pending.
I just finished it.
Still sinking it.
Yeah, pending. TBC.
I'll let you know. She'll let us know next week.
It's been around for a while. Again, I'm
okay.
so behind the times. Hey, I just started watching the F1 show. I've just read this book. It's already dominated like the New York Times bestseller list. But I recommend that.
Doesn't matter. Okay, cool. Well, I might borrow it. That sounds great. All right.
Oh, yeah, so sincere.
Yeah.
Oh, sounds great.
Yeah.
I'll lend you my spot book.
I would actually love that. Okay, well, I think that's a wrap up. Awesome.
Great.
Awesome.
Chat next week.
So.
Next week. Peace.
You feel alive, let's hit the dance floor. Don't work too hard, might break a backbone. Return of the Mac, the king is back though. Corvette and cash, I never lack those.
Thanks for listening, guys. If you love this episode, please give us a 5-star rating and make sure you follow us on socials to stay up to date with all the weird and wacky things we get up to. You can find us on Instagram at No Brilliant Jerks Podcast or Sunnydale Studios, or you can even find us on our agency Insta at KKO Agency. And if you'd like to put a face to a name, you can watch all of our podcast recordings on our YouTube at Sunnydale Studios. Now, we'll pop up all our social handles and links discussed in today's episodes in our show notes below. Feel free to also email us with your own dopes and nopes and we'll share them on the podcast. Anyways, guys, thanks for listening. We shall be in your ear holes again next Wednesday.
Okay, bye.
This is a production of Sunnydale Studios.